Good afternoon, sir.
Soumya Sharma. You did engineering in 2019 and then 19 you joined service and then again you joined income tax.
Yes.
That's good. So you're still continuing there. You like the department?
Yes, sir.
You come from Pratapgarh. Have you heard of Raja Bhaiya?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe him a little bit?
Sir, he is a member of Legislative Assembly. He has been a minister in past state government also, sir. And he also been termed as a Bahubali leader by media houses also.
Oh, termed by media, but he's not, do you mean?
I'm sorry, sir.
But he's not, do you mean?
Sir, there has to be more evidence, sir, on that, sir.
Be more evidence on that. Does he have crocodiles in the backyard?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not aware of that. Not aware of that, sir.
Not aware of that. Okay. But do you think such politicians who really scare people, how do they win elections?
Sir, most of this Bahubali leaders as such, as colloquially called, they are mostly winning through muscle and money power, sir.
You mean they're rigging election?
Not necessarily, sir. Through muscle power, that they have people that can go on ground, that can gather support from them, and then they have money also, sir.
But what is the concept of then secret voting? It is a secret voting. People go and behind the screen they vote. So if people are not able to use that particular facility given to them, they'll have to be under such people and be threatened throughout their life. They'll live in scare throughout life.
Sir, it used to be a case earlier, sir, but now various action have been taken against such gangsters, and now the condition has improved.
No. In first hand, why? In the first place, why at all he was winning at that time? When people have the power to select or refuse or accept, still the guy is winning almost every time he gets elected. So that means that reflects on our political system, on our democracy, and on the people also. Probably, I mean, somebody says they don't deserve democracy. How would you react?
So I think in general, criminalization of politics is an issue in India. We have a lot of parliamentarians who have serious criminal cases against them also, sir. There has to be some more effective measures that have to be taken. Right now, we do have a fast track code, sir, but effectiveness is still debatable.
That is why secret voting has been organized.
Right, sir.
It's a secret voting. And you don't stamp the ballot, that is why a machine has been put. So that nobody can come and just stamp ballots and push it in the ballot box. Even then the same thing is happening. That means our people are not aware of their rights, or you get the government you deserve.
I think, sir, it was because of the fear of afterwards, that if he or she does not win, then what actions can be taken against them, and would they have the proper law and order support to save them?
But during the days of Mayawati, when she was not happy with him at all, even then he won elections. He could not have done anything wrong to anybody if he lost during that time. Even then people went and voted for him, isn't it?
Sir, it would be hard for me to give any answer for him only, because there has not been any conviction, sir, for him. So it would be hard for me to say if he had used such measures or not.
Okay, so you are not convinced that people were under threat. I see. That's it. You have seen critically acclaimed movies and web shows.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell one of them that you have seen?
Sir, recently I have watched Black Warrant on Netflix. Black Warrant. It is a memoir of a superintendent of prison of Tihar jail. It is based on prison, sir.
So what is there?
Sir, so in general day-to-day activities,
But what is so specific that you felt about it that you remember this now? There must be something.
yes, sir. So there
Must
are.
have-
It actually highlighted, sir, the challenges that are there in our prison system. Most of the people that are there are under trials. There is also overburden in most of our prisons. Then there is lack of treatment that is meted to individuals that are there in the prison. So a lot of such issues were highlighted, sir, there.
So let's talk about prisons.
Yes, sir.
In India, we have very large percentage of people who are under trials.
Right, sir.
While the law says that the bail should be the general rule and jail should be an exception,
Yes, sir.
and people are still slogging in jails, what can be done?
Sir, most of these under trials who are in prison are from marginalized communities or people who are not aware of the law. So we have to firstly, sir, increase the legal awareness about the provisions that are there in the bail and about the free legal services that are provided by the government to these individuals, so that they know.
That even worse. If the main thing, the investigation is biased, it doesn't give the correct picture before the judge. Judge has nothing. I mean, he can't do anything. He has to depend his judgment on the basis of evidence presented before him. So the judge is completely helpless. And when Prakash Singh case, it says investigations should be separated so that it comes directly under the judge and judge can supervise investigation. That you don't do it. And you say the poor people are there, that is even worse. In a democracy, those people who deserve sympathy, they are being penalized for nothing. And they are there, nobody is coming for their bail, nobody is following their case. Don't think it's a responsibility of the prosecution also to watch and see that these people don't slog unnecessarily?
I think, sir, a lot of police reforms had to be done. There are various recommendations that has been put forwarded by, as you mentioned, sir, about Prakash Singh case also. And there were also some recommendations from National Police Commissions also. It has not been done till now, sir. It has to be taken, sir. This should be a priority on the government's side, sir.
Now tell me one thing. Generally, in democracy, it is the people who elect rulers. Okay? In a capitalistic system where disparities are increasing, poorer people are getting poorer, and the capitalist is becoming richer. Of course, under the his rich is being safeguarded. Then under that system, do you think capitalism should survive? Such leaders who support these capitalists, don't you think people should go and vote them out? But it's not happening. People are in capitalist system also, elections are throwing up the same kind of people who are supporting the industry. So have you read a book called Death of Democracy, Death of Capitalism?
No, sir, I have not read it, sir.
But do you think in a democratic system where majority of the people who are poor, they are voting, and in spite of that, capitalist system is getting going to the ruling classes? Don't you think there is a contradiction? If I am poor, I will vote for a government which supports the poor rather than the capitalist. Or there will be regular redistribution like was there in the socialism. So why capitalist countries are thriving even in democratic system, and people, the poorer people in majority, they are voting?
Sir, in my opinion, I cannot take a outrightly, sir, negative point of view towards capitalist system.
Just a question of thought. What do you think could be a reason? You don't have to, you're not going to deliver a judgment. You have to think over it and logically find some interpretation of that, why it is happening that the poorer people who are suffering in capitalism, they are again electing the same kind of people.
Right, sir. Sir, I think the industrial class or the capitalist class is the class which provides lot of employment, and it also provides a lot of investment, and that is a need for capital. That is need towards a nation building. So certainly, sir, some of the times whoever legislators or whoever are chosen for in the government, they have a certain priority that is given.
Okay, that's right. Priority for the rich. What about the poor?
Sir, there are policies that cater towards resource
Capitalism,
mobilization.
what is the policy? Just tell me.
For example, sir, we do have direct taxation that caters towards poor only, which has a progressive taxation policy and which takes.
Well, what is the percentage of direct taxes and income tax in the total kitty?
Sir, for every 100 rupee that government earns, 22% of it comes from direct.
So what about the rest 78%? It comes from indirect taxation for which everybody paying.
So the trend has been changing. The indirect taxes in the total tax net has been decreasing and direct taxes has been increasing, sir.
Well, even there 78% is too high, and they are suffering from high cost, high prices. Not that, but still they are going and voting for the same government which is supporting the system. Anyways, I think you have no answer for that. Just one more issue. We talk about Greek civilization, Indian civilization,
Yes, sir.
then Egyptian civilization, then Chinese civilization, and they were top civilization all time in the world,
Yes.
and they were dominating the scene. But now in the IT age, you see they are nowhere. The Greeks, nobody talks about Greeks, nobody talks about Egyptians. They're struggling. India is being talked about because we've got a large population, not because of anything that we have contributed greatly to the country in terms of actual knowledge. We're using knowledge created by others, but we've not created it. What can be the reason for all this?
Sir, the knowledge and power capital, throughout the history, we have seen that it has been shifting. It was once Greek or Indian civilization or Chinese civilization that it moved towards
why
West.
it has declined? Shifting, of course, I know, I'm myself saying. It has shifted from this to European and Americans. Why it has happened?
Sir, one of the major reason was Renaissance, which happened in Europe.
What Renaissance means in actual terms?
Sir, it's lead to a new age of knowledge and
technology.
right, sir.
So why these great civilization could not create that knowledge or technology?
Sir, there has been a time or a gap where these civilizations suffered from attacks or from colonialism also.
Well, by now they have learnt enough.
Right, sir.
They have been out of colonialism more than 70 years in most of these countries.
So there have been other challenges also in the modern
Right.
times if we take. Like for example, sir, population itself. So population of some of the countries in Western countries, it's not that large. If we
So do you think increased population will force you not to do scientific research and contribute to the world knowledge? Do you think population increase means that?
Sir, it definitely creates challenge. It is not impossible, but it is a challenge, sir. When the population,
But Chinese have almost equivalent population. They have created deep sea. They have created their missiles and all those kind of things. All kind of modern warfare is there with them, created by their own self. I don't think population is the one.
sir, such reforms were taken in Chinese, and India was actually late in on that front, sir, and that is why, sir. Thank you, sir.
Soumya, you've also mentioned that you won second prize for best short film in short film making.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was this short film on?
Ma'am, it was on depression and the use of drug by a student.
Okay. Now, when we talk about depression, it points to a increasing mental health challenge in our society.
Yes, ma'am.
So, as an administrator, what things should be taken care of to ensure that, or rather, let's say you're the education secretary. So, what aspects would you consider in a policy so that such problems decrease? You know, student suicides in quota and depression in colleges.
Ma'am, depression, anxiety, or in case of other mental health issues, for example, suicide also, ma'am, that you have mentioned. It's mostly because of performance pressure, the pressure that is pushed upon them by the parents, and also sometimes the choosing of the stream is not their own decision. So a lot of things has to be changed on that front, ma'am. First would be, ma'am, awareness of the people, of the parents also. So outreach programs towards parents so that they understand how to engage with their children. Secondly would be, ma'am, a lot of coaching centers and lot of education center should have a mental health institution or a mental health support system for the students that are studying there. So that should be complied with, so that such type of support system is there. Thirdly would be, ma'am, the timings that are there in some of these coaching institute, some of them are from morning till evening. So that can be changed also, and to some sort of policy on that front, ma'am, can be.
There's no talk about regulating the education system of the schools itself.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, you're talking about coaching institutes, but you're not talking about schools.
Ma'am, in most of the schools, we do have separate timings for games period or a separate recess period. Some of them are not complied with. For example, sometimes history teacher or a science teacher can take the games period. That can be, that should not be done. Other than that, mental health institution and the psychological support system should be there in colleges, schools, apart from coaching centers also.
We could have a psychologist in the school itself.
Right, ma'am.
Right? Okay. You're working as inspector of income tax.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the challenges? You know, when we talk about income tax, the government has been coming out with different slab rates,
Right, ma'am.
new and old income tax rules.
Yes, ma'am.
So what measures should be taken to improve tax compliance by Indian citizens?
Ma'am, some of the measures that have been taken by government was on tech integration, on faceless assessment, on reducing human interface, and bringing in team-based review assessment. Other than that, ma'am, measures like taxpayers charter has also been there, and streamlining of the Income Tax Act in the recent income tax bill. We just have to build upon all of these, ma'am. And other than that, ma'am, we can also go for more interdepartmental coordination. We can take data from GST and from other departments also, and to improve the compliance, ma'am.
So is this being done?
It's being done, ma'am. It is in pipeline, and some of the data is being shared also. There is multi-agency group also for various tax havens leaks cases that were there. So there are, ma'am, things that have been done on. We just have to make it more, ma'am. Just have to work about that.
Okay. Can you highlight how artificial intelligence would help in this improved compliance, or what is the role of artificial intelligence here?
Ma'am, it is already in use. For example, in scrutiny selection cases, we do use artificial intelligence. We have an algorithm which checks the any issue or any challenges in the regression analysis of various ITRs. Other than that, ma'am, we can improve our algorithm right now, ma'am, so that if the data that we collect from various reporting entities, we do have a lot of statement of financial transaction that comes from these entities, so that we can channelize those data and can come up with better insights to check those compliance, ma'am.
Okay. My last question to you is, what are the qualities, what do you feel are important qualities of a civil servant, and what do you have?
Ma'am, I think he should be gentle, but he should also be resolute and firm in his values and action. So in my opinion, ma'am, that is the major important quality. And I do think, ma'am, that I have that, ma'am.
And what is the weakness that you have, or something that you would want to work on yourself?
Ma'am, I have stopped reading books, ma'am. I want to start reading more books, ma'am. And after starting preparation, because of so many books that we read for preparation, I have stopped reading that. So
at least you started reading the newspaper, I should say.
Yes, ma'am. That has developed, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So you're working in income tax right now?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the work you are right now doing?
Sir, I am right now in board posting, where my major work is
Which posting?
board posting, a CBDT board posting, where my work is majorly around, sir, monitoring of offshore leaks cases like Panama, Paradise, Pandora papers.
Offshore?
offshore leaks cases.
Okay. Okay, that Panama.
Right, sir.
Okay, so what are the lacuna in this international taxation that is leading to these kind of economic offenses?
Sir, firstly, sir, because of lack of information exchange and lack of coordination between various jurisdictions, because a lot of crimes that is done is through.
But that is happening. That is happening through various forums, right?
Yes, sir. A lot of information exchange agreements have been signed, but not necessarily every data is being shared on that front, sir. We'll have to improve on that front, sir.
So that is only you are working right now.
My work is mostly on the monitoring of the investigation process that is being going on through various DG charges.
Monitoring of the investigation.
Yes, sir.
Based on the Panama leak. Papers.
Yes, sir. And that leaks also, and then our in-house investigation also, sir.
In-house investigation also. So even the investigation by these enforcement agencies, law enforcement agencies like Income Tax Department, ED,
Right, sir.
CBI, there is a lot of politicization of these agencies. Don't you feel it is happening?
Sir, there might be some cases which are political in nature, but we'll have to check, for example, ED's conviction rate, sir. It is more than 90%. So certainly there are some sort of data and fact behind that, why they are doing the investigation, sir.
No, that is fine. That is fine.
Yes.
But most of them are targeted like political opposition political party leaders are being targeted. That is the main criticism.
Sir, on the front of appointment and tenure increasing, that can be made much more transparent in my opinion.
Okay. So there is one word called tax terrorism. What do you mean by tax terrorism?
Sir, it is when tax is being charged by citizens or individuals very hardly. So that could be.
That is tax terrorism.
Sir, I do not know the exact definitions.
Okay. Then what is the present war that is going on between a tariff war going on between USA and other countries?
Sir, USA has come out with a retaliatory tariff plan, wherein the countries, major countries with which it has a trade deficit, it will have certain kind of retaliatory tariff policy against them. So to bridge
So
that.
India is also
trade-
one of them.
Certainly, sir. Yes, sir. Because India has one of the largest trade differential when it comes to custom rates and tariff rates, sir.
So it's like any opportunities for India in this trade war?
Yes, sir. I think in some of the sectors where we can substitute other countries for America, USA, for our inputs and for our imports, we can decrease our tariff rates for USA on those in those sectors. That would lead to much more integration, much more interconnectedness
So
between.
what
US.
we are losing then?
Sorry, sir.
Anything we are losing?
Sir, in the short term, we are having fear of losing out on exports. Lot of aluminium and steel exports and pharmaceuticals. There is a large market in USA, so we could have a damage of close to $9 billion, sir, according to various studies.
Okay. You have mentioned one of your hobby as listening to
Old
old
songs.
Hindi songs on life lessons.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Sir, there are some songs, sir, which I used to listen to with my father. That has continued till now, sir. I do tune into it more often than now to these songs, sir.
On life lessons.
Yes, sir. Most of them are on
So
life
what
lessons.
life lessons you learned then?
So resilience, compassion, working hard, or being optimistic, all of those, sir.
Thank you. Sir.
Which is your favorite song?
सर मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया भाई साहिर लुधियानवी से.
The Honorable Chairman was asking about Renaissance and the difference between the modern societies and the ancient societies. And you told that it was knowledge and technology. Knowledge was Aristotle. Technology was that Eureka, Archimedes. What is the difference between knowledge between the Renaissance and the Enlightenment and that civilizations?
Sir, I think the practical aspects of it. After Renaissance, sir, we do have a lot of technological developments which had practical applications, which led to the economical development of a lot of European countries.
Have you heard about scientific temper?
Yes, sir.
What is this scientific temper?
Sir, it is to have a logical temperament whenever you are encountering any issue or any problem, sir.
What is modernism? Who is modern? What is modernism?
Sir, I think in my opinion, sir, a person is modern when he has the critical thinking abilities, he can think, he has the knowledge, and he has the wisdom also to practically
In
apply it.
ancient times, there was no thinking, there was no knowledge.
No, sir, it is not the case, sir.
Then how you can define a person or a country modern? Let me know, how can you define a country modern? That this country is modern.
Sir, on various
Like?
it would be a multifaceted.
Like?
For example, sir, if we talk about economically, the quality of life should be better of everyone, every individual. On the front of knowledge, most of the people should have knowledge, should be literate also. On the front of safety also, country should be safe for all the individuals. There should be equality in front of gender or in terms of caste also.
I'm giving you one example. Saudi Arabia is a modern country.
Sir, if you talk about economical aspects, it has some of the examples. It has some of the evidence for that. But on the social front, it has to improve on a lot of factors, sir.
Okay, have you heard about scientificism of Newton? Newton scientificism? Skepticism of Descartes? No. No problem. You are in income tax. There is a term used in income tax bill, that virtual digital space. Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
What is the problem with this term? There are so many criticisms of this term.
With virtual digital space or assets,
Yes.
sir?
Virtual digital space.
Sir, a lot of crimes right now, which can be cyber crimes or which can be tax crimes also, is happening through these spaces. Most of these spaces are in dark web, where we cannot publicly access through it. So for that, income tax bill has some of the provisions where we can de-encrypt those digital wallets or those transactions.
I'm talking about privacy of a person and
Right,
the
sir.
digital space. You don't have any idea?
So there are some criticism on this provision in the income tax bill, that this might lead to violation of privacy of the individual. But in my opinion, sir, Digital Personal Data Protection Act did provided some of the exemptions to the law enforcement agencies. And in my opinion, for those purposes, there can be some exemptions that can be granted to.
My last question.
Yes, sir.
What are the principles of Indian foreign policy?
So the major principle is national interest, and that can be done through food security, through economic security, through strategic security also. So foreign policy mainly depend upon some of the tools like soft power and hard power tools to finally.
Panchsheel is relevant today.
So Panchsheel is very much core to the foreign policy of India, where it still respects the sovereignty of other countries, their territorial integrity, and non-interference in their domestic affairs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So you must have taken mocks earlier also.
Yes, sir, I have given.
What was the feedback given to you?
Sir, it has mostly been positive. On some of the front, they have said that you can improve, mostly on current affairs topics that are there in the current affairs, and also sometimes to make your answer short. So these were some of the comments.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is what probably we have to also feel. One or two occasions I felt like I was talking about capitalism,
Yes, sir.
and we kept when going round and round. The idea was, the poorer are more. Why are they selecting a government which supports capitalism? The rich. And simple could have been that capitalism itself has adopted most of the good things of socialism, right? Like social security, like beneficiaries, like poverty, anti-poverty programs. All these are not a part of capitalism. The government is spending all this money.
Right, sir.
Health insurance, re-education, and so on and so forth. So basically, it's not a capitalist country in that sense. It is a socialist country in the sense, but one part, that is the creation of wealth, has been left separate so that wealth is also created.
Right, sir.
So wealth is being created, and whatever wealth is being created, that is distributed through these beneficiary schemes. So that would have been the best answer. It just didn't went round and round and.
I'm sorry, sir, I was not able to comprehend the question, sir.
I see. That was the thing in my mind actually. We have not asked anything about geography,
Yes, sir.
and that being your subject, is quite likely something will come out. Recently, there was a report on glaciers melting. Just go into that report. I think I saw it somewhere in Indian Express or somewhere. The way it is melting and what is the annually half an inch or something water level is rising, the sea level, and what are the devastations it is going to cause.
Okay, sir.
So just read that, and I think it's quite comprehensive. I think 3-4 days back it appears in Indian Express.
Okay, sir.
So and then climate change is also important because there have been sea level sort of warming recently because of El Nina. And then on the basis of that, you see the way things are happening. Recently, there was snowfall in hills,
Yes, sir.
which is too late, in fact. All these things are happening all over. And not only here, but almost everywhere it is happening. In Europe, has become very hot during summers. It was never like that earlier. So we did not ask much about those things.
Right, sir.
I think about geography, you must prepare a little more in
Yes.
detail. Economic geography, we are already talking about Trump wants to take over Greenland, and then he has interest in this Ukraine.
Yes, sir.
And he's talking to India also about critical minerals.
Yes, sir.
Basically, it's all part of geography, economic geography.
Certainly, sir. Yes.
And there, of course, the glaciers in Greenland are melting, so it will become much easier to dig now.
Yes, sir.
So all those things are very important. In Riyasi, in J&K, we got some deposits of nickel, lithium, I think.
Yes, sir.
We are not able to sort of explore. We are not able to dig it out. Is it technology gap or what are the problems? Those are the issues. I think related to geography, anything that what is where, in which state, what is there, what is the resource curse, all those issues, you should be very clear on that.
Yes, sir.
On resource curse issue, what are the hotspots in India, what are the hotspots in Africa and other places happening. Those areas, we should be very clear because we did not touch that area. And I think that being a subject, somebody might ask.
Yes.
Otherwise, I think you come out as a very confident person. But don't get agitated if some question try to run away from this. How can I can't take responsibility. I can't say anything about Raja Bhaiya. You can always frame your answer in such a way because there may be some people who will agitate you.
Right, sir.
And there, how can you keep cool? That matters. And that is why some of us sometimes, they try to be aggressive and to agitate the person in front, just to see how he reacts. Isn't it? So that is it. Of course, the criminalization, that point you mentioned very well. But in spite of that, people are not coming forward. That people are really scared. Still, they think that invisible hand is there, watching, and they don't vote for them and something will happen. But during these days, they could have taken a chance. But they were doubly sure that they don't want to take a chance. So whenever a question comes like this, you should take it up and try to analyze and like a third person. You should be able to analyze and give pros and cons. And maybe sometimes, and therefore I feel that probably people education and educating people is more important. Democratic mindset has to be more developed. Like something like that you can sum up at the end of the day.
Right, sir.
And there I think in those questions you did not do very well.
Yes,
You
sir.
can say that. Otherwise it's very good.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Soumya, I'll only say all the best. You were a balanced person throughout.
Thank you.
Only just be more, as sir said, less hesitant in opinion questions. Otherwise, very good.
Thank you.
All the best.
The same thing like we have not asked you about mechanical engineering. You should prepare on that. You might get questions on mechanical engineering. And also your home state Uttar Pradesh. Otherwise you are doing good. The tax terrorism you said that is not the tax terrorism. You just go and read about it.
I'll read about it.
And since you are working in income tax, all the tax related questions will be asked to you.
Right, sir.
Difference between direct, indirect taxes, all those things. Be prepared with every type of
Yes.
international taxation, everything. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
How was your men's?
It went better than last time, sir.
Last time, how much marks you got?
770 marks, sir.
Okay. In my opinion, overall impression is good. You are a confident person. Communication is okay. Analysis is okay. Body language is okay. Good. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Qualities are good. Problem solving, there is just problem. If you don't know, why to answer? Why you have referred the Renaissance, you don't know Renaissance, you don't know ABCD of Renaissance, in my opinion. You have not read it, in my opinion. You have not read it, a single article or a book, I can say it. So why you have referred it a Renaissance? He was asking about the scientific temper, the difference between the science, the rationality of a person, not about kurta pajama. There are so many people with kurta pajama with a rational mind. That's the modernity, rationality, empiricism, scientificism, skepticism, संदेहवाद, प्रश्नवाद, क्यों होगा, सेव नीचे क्यों गिरा? The questioning mind, that's the modernity, that's the science. Without proving anything, we can't believe anything. If you practically prove anything, then we'll accept. So that's the nature of the science. That's the nature of the modernity. In economic area, industrial development. In social area, equity and equality. In cultural area, it's secularism. In political area, democracy. That's why I was asking about the Saudi Arabia. Democracy is not there, not a modern state. That's why I asking the difference between the old society and new society. Otherwise, you are a good student. Just read about it. And so far as principle is concerned, something else coexistence, conceal is there. No, national interest, strategy is what? Strategic interest is altogether different than the principle. It is altogether different. Nobody followed the principles. You can say it, but we have some principles.
Right, sir.
We have some.
I'll read into it, sir.
No. Okay.
In fact, in most of the civilizations, they stopped critically examining things. And that is where they started losing ground
Right, sir.
in scientific innovations. And now there is hardly any new thinking going on.
Right, sir.
So that was the reason why this question was asked. Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.